So good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Welcome to our fourth edition of albumworks Presents, part of our ongoing live webinar series. My name is Naomi, and I'm a member of our customer service team here in Melbourne. So we've been stuck at home for quite a while now, so I hope everyone should be well and truly into working on your photo books. If not, now is a perfect time to start. We want today's session to be interactive, so please feel free to ask questions along the way. To ask a question, you should see the webinar control panel on the right-hand side of your screen if you're on a computer. You can type your questions into this dialog box and send it. If you're tuning in on an iPhone or a phone or tablet, you should see a question mark at the top right of your screen, which you can press to type a question. And I'll make time towards the end to answer your questions. In this series, I'm working on with the downloadable editor on a Windows computer. The Mac version of the editor is the same, so Mac users will be able to follow along. Today's webinar should run for about 10 to 15 minutes, and today's topic is using the library in the downloadable editor. I'll look at using page styles, masks, backgrounds, frames, and scrapbook items. Okay, let's get started. So I have here just a new project that I've opened up. It's a 12 by 12 square photo cover, and I've used the classic theme. So at the moment you can see the cover of my book. Down the bottom here is where this is called the library. So you've got your page styles, masks, backgrounds, frames, and scrapbook items. So we'll start with page styles. To make your job easier, we've created a lot of page styles that you can work with so that you don't have to start from scratch. The page styles that you have available to you depends which theme you chose at the beginning when you started creating your project. The theme that's got the most page styles will be the classic theme or the build your own theme. Now, when you're on your cover, you won't see as many page styles. There's usually about 4 or 5. That's because the cover is considered a double page spread, and so there's only specific covers, page styles for your cover. However, as soon as you move to a different page of your book, down the bottom you'll see there's a lot more page styles that you can choose from. So I'm just going to open up a double page, a blank page that I've created. So with your page styles down the bottom, anything that has, so you notice that there are boxes with crosses through them. A box with a cross is a picture box. So the first one in the list has 2 boxes. That means that there are 2 photos. It allows for 2 pictures in that page style. So to add that page style to my page, all I need to do is click on it and drag that page style up to my page. And there it is. So it's got room there for 2 portrait photos. I could just add 2 photos in there. There's a portrait one, and there's another portrait one there. So it's as simple as that. If I decide I don't want that page style, I don't want those photos, I can just click on each one individually and just press delete on my keyboard, delete, and it's gone. So it's quite simple. The other way, if you can add your page style first and then add your photos, or you can add your photos first and then choose a page style that fits them. So I might use, I've got these 4 nice landscape shots here that I want to use. So I'm going to put them all on the page. You'll see they're all quite small at the moment. I want to find a page style that suits them. So I can scroll through. I can also go through the page styles in categories. So if I just want to look at page styles that have 4 picture boxes, I can click on this here and it just shows me the 4 picture box ones. I'm going to try this one and see if that works for me, but it's quite good. However, the boxes are square, so it has cut off quite a bit of each of my photos. I'd rather have landscape. I'd rather show them all as landscape. If I'm not happy with any of if I can't find a page style that suits me in the list, I can create my own page style. So actually, I'm just going to delete this so that I can show you how to do that. So I might decide I want to have one really large photo and 3 small ones on my page. What I'm going to do is find a page style that kind of suits what I want, and then I'm going to edit it, and then I'm going to create my own page style with it. So there's one here, somewhere along here, that I might find useful. I'll find it in a minute. Yeah, this one here might be quite good. So it's sort of what I want. I don't need this box here, so I'm going to delete that. I want this large photo to be shorter so that it doesn't crop the photo. And I want these ones also to be a bit longer, so that they're landscape rather than portrait. Sorry, landscape rather than square. And I am also going to space them about 10 mils between each one. Don't worry too much about that. I will cover that another day. I have made them a bit big because they're not fitting on the page, so we'll just make them a bit smaller. And I'm just going to space them again. All right, so now they fit nicely on the page. And I have their landscape shots, so I haven't lost anything. Right, I'm really happy with this page style that I've created, and I'd like to save it so that I can use it again in the future. What I can do on the right-hand side here, there's a cog or a wheel. Click on that, and I can choose Save Left Page as Page Style. I need to give it a name. I might just call it For Landscape, just so that I know what it is. I can categorize it into the 4 picture box category so that that's where it'll be next time. It'll appear in all as well. And all projects of this type means that if I start a new project, which is the same 12 by 12 classic photo book, this same page style will be saved for next time as well. So I'll click OK. Excuse me, I'll click OK. And now you can see it is in my list at the bottom. If I want to use that again, I can drag it onto this page, and there you go. I've got another page ready to go. You can also decide that you might want to use that same page style on every single page of your book. And to do that, you click on this cog again. Actually, apologies, that's not how you do it. You right-click on the page style, and you can say assign page style to all pages, or you can assign it to all left pages or all right pages. You can also update it. So I've noticed that there are black borders around these boxes. I might decide that I don't want the black borders, so I'm going to highlight all of them, and I'm just going to get rid of borders over here. Excuse me. Okay, the borders are gone, and now I want to update that page style. So I click on here, right click on the page style, and I can choose update page style using current left page. Excuse me. It says, are you sure? And I'm going to say yes, and that's updated it. So now if I apply that page style over here, the borders are now gone. Just excuse me for one moment while I clear my throat. So sorry about that. Okay, so that's pretty much page styles. Hopefully that all makes sense. The next thing that I was going to talk about are masks. I'm just going to I'll delete this page style from here so I can show you how masks work a little bit. Masks usually, I think, look quite good on people or animals rather than landscape, but of course it's completely up to you. So I've got this lovely photo of this dog here, And just to make it a bit more interesting, I want to apply a mask to it. So click on the Masks tab, and then there's a whole range here to choose from, and I can just test them out. That's the easiest way to do it. So I'll just apply this one, and yeah, it's quite good. It's cut off a little bit of the dog's nose. Might try a different one to see if it's any better. I'm not sure about that. Let's try this one. Yeah, so it's kind of cute. It's done quite a good job on the dog. Or alternatively, here I've got a portrait photo. Again, I can just drag a mask over it onto it. Let's try this one here. And it's just highlighted the parts of the photo that I want to see. And that looks quite nice on the page. Masks are not for everyone. Some people like them, others don't. But yeah, certainly they can make it a bit more interesting. The next thing that I'll talk about are backgrounds. So we have a range of custom backgrounds that we've prepared for you, which you can add to your page. Very simple to add a background to the page. Just scroll through, find the one you want. Actually, I'm going to look at, you can also see there's, you can categorize them. So I've got the travel ones. I might want to add this to my page, see what that looks like. Yeah, if I like it, that's great. If I don't like it, I can try a different different background. And you've got some maps here, which actually can work quite nicely with some travel photos. I might choose that. If I don't like it, I can just right click on it and say remove background, and it's gone. There are also just some plain colored backgrounds. So if you click on plain, and you can just choose, might just want a simple background here. I'm just going to choose a light blue, and there it is. So yeah, lots of backgrounds to choose from. Again, if you want to create your own backgrounds, you can certainly do that. Just click on the cog and click on add, and that takes you to your photos from your computer, and you can add your own backgrounds. So I might add this to mine, and it's going to ask me for a name for that background. I might call it sunset. Can't type. Which category do I want to add it to? Oh, I'll put it under nature. And I do want to save it for all projects, for future projects, so it's there for me. And there it is at the end. I can add that to my page. And if you want to, you can also make your background a bit transparent if it's a bit bright, just by clicking on the background and then move your opacity slider to make it a bit paler. There you go. You can also, you can add as many of those as you like. The only thing to remember, if you're adding your own photos as backgrounds, it does take up a bit of memory in the editor. So you don't want to add really large image files, otherwise it might start causing the editor to crash. Anyway, you can also remove your backgrounds here by just clicking on delete background, or you can assign a background to every page of your book as well if you want to. Next, I was going to talk about frames. So frames, there again, we've created a whole lot of custom frames. I'm just going to remove this background here and I'll add some frames to my photos. It's as simple as clicking on the frame you want and then just adding it to the photo. And my editor's just frozen. Let's go. Okay, so we'll add a frame here. I'll add a blue one there and pink one there. So I've just added frames to those photos. If I don't like them, I can choose another frame. These ones are quite good. They make it look like a photograph. You can just swap them over. And if I don't want any frames at all, I can just right click on the photo and remove frame, and it's gone. You can add your own frames just by clicking on the cog, add, and if you have ones that you've created for yourself, you can add them. It's not something I would necessarily recommend for the average user, but if you, to be honest, I don't even know how to do it myself, but if you do know how, you can certainly add your own frames. And lastly, we have scrapbook items. So we have quite a wide range of scrapbook items here for you to choose from. All sorts of different things that you can add to your page just to make it look a bit more interesting. I'm just going to get rid of this background, and I'm going to make my dog a bit bigger, and I'd like to add a scrapbook item. She's feeling particularly cute today, so she's decided she wants to say something to you. So somewhere in here there is a speech bubble. So I'm going to add this speech bubble to her, and I'm just going to make it bigger. And then I can add a text box on top of that speech bubble. I'll just put my text box on top there, and I'm going to just type in some text. And I'll make it bigger so that everyone can read it. And I'll just make it a bit centered so that it looks good on the text box. And there you go. You've just added a speech bubble with some text in it for the dog. There's lots of other items that you can add here. If you say you're doing the travel, we can click on the travel theme. You might want to add a postage stamp. You can put it behind, you can arrange it and send it to the back so that it's behind your pictures if you want. There's lots of different scrapbook items. You can also add your own. So again, click on the cog and then click add. And I've actually found a couple of ones that I like. So I've got, here's one of a cute dog that I'm going to add. I'll just put it up here. And there you go. Actually, sorry, I can click on open, which will add it to my scrapbook items down the bottom of the page. Apologies. I'll just put it under miscellaneous. No, there is no miscellaneous. We'll just put it under love and we'll click OK. And it should appear in a minute, hopefully, at the end of my scrapbook items, but I've got to click on all. Otherwise it won't show me it. No, that didn't work. Okay, yes it did, there it is. Okay, and then I can just add my dog to my page if I want to. So that's pretty much scrapbook items. All right, I think that's it for today. I'm just going to check if we have any questions. So if you can just bear with me for one moment while I do that. Oh, okay, someone's asked if audio is working. Hopefully they've worked that out and hopefully everyone else can hear me. I'll just see if there's any other questions. If you do have any queries, feel free to type them in now. Thanks. We've had a lovely message from Kim saying that was great. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, I think that looks like all the messages that all the questions that we've got for now. So I'm just going to recap what we've talked about today. So just using the library in the download editor, how to add your own custom page styles, masks, backgrounds, frames, and scrapbook items, and how to add our ones, and then also how to create your own ones and add them into your project as well. So just my usual speech before we go. Don't forget that you are welcome to call us. Our customer service team are here to help you if you need any. We're here Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Melbourne time. Our phone number is 1300 553 448. You can also reach us by email, which is service@albumworks.com.au, or you can talk to us via live chat from our website. You can also head to our website at www.albumworks.com.au to view our new Mother's Day promotion, which will help you save on your next order, and you can enter our Instagram competition. Also, if you want to watch our previous webinars, click on the FAQs on our website and you'll see a link at the bottom of the page to watch the previous webinars. Don't forget, it's business as usual for albumworks production. We're still here making your photo products. There may be a slight delay in delivery times, which you can read about on our website. All right, thanks again for joining us, everyone. Looking forward to having you here again on Wednesday at the same time, and have fun creating your photo books. Take care. Bye.